Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Sean, aka Sean Knight 3000, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I've been thinking about last couple of weeks. I wanted to make a video about this a few weeks ago, but I just couldn't put it into the right word. I couldn't figure out what words I wanted to use without coming out sounding like some sort of ingracious jackass, you know? And what I'm talking about is favoritism that parents display for their children. So the title of this video is going to be, who is your favorite child? Or parents, who is your favorite child? And I guess for me it all started a couple of months ago. I was having a talk with my youngest sister about growing up, how we grew up. And just the idea of how we were treated by our mom. And it stayed with me and stayed with me. And I wanted to talk about this, like I said in a video a couple of weeks ago, and I just couldn't figure out which angle to go at without sounding disrespectful. I'm not disrespectful to my mom. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to her at all. But, okay. When parents, if you ask your parents, if you have more than one sibling, or you have another brother or sister, and if you ask your parent, honestly and truthfully, who is your favorite? Me or my brother or me or my sister, whoever? You'll always get the standard fucking answer to that question. Oh, I love you all equally. Which is bullshit. Which is bullshit. If you have one, okay. If you have more than one child, you do not love them equally. That's just not the way shit works. I saw that growing up from, with my own two eyes. We had a damn good mom. She was a single parent. Big shock, huh? She did the best she could with what she had. She worked her ass off to provide for us. Told us, taught us, showed us. Don't depend on anybody or anything to provide for you. You want it, get off your ass, go get it. My mom would leave the house at 4:30 in the morning to make it to a meat processing plant by 6 a.m. And she would work all fucking day in the freezing cold, cutting and processing meat, chicken and other things. I have no idea. I just know that there was a lot of chicken that they were processing. My guess is working in that cold ass place for all those years probably contributed to her dying at the age of 50. And here's the kicker. If you could somehow ask her today, knowing that you're going to die at the age of 50, would you do it any differently? Would you not work there? Would you maybe go on public aid or welfare? I'm willing to bet you dollars to donuts her answer would be no. I would do the same thing because I had to provide for my children. Mad respect, mad props for that to my mom. And she taught us. Like I said, she taught us and she showed us. Nothing in this world will ever be handed to you. You want it, work your ass off and get it. I live my life by that credo. Everything I have in this world, I worked my ass off to get it. The cars I've had in my lifetime, the apartments I've had in my lifetime, the vacations I've took in my lifetime, shit like that, with the exception of the trip to Vegas, which I'm eternally grateful to my girl for doing. She didn't have to. In fact, it was a total shock to me when she did. Everything I've gotten in this world, I've gotten on my own. You have to. You can't, because if you sit on your ass and you wait for somebody to do it for you, either one, it's never gonna come, or two, when they do give it, now they're looking for something back. Get off your ass and go get it yourself, then you don't have to repay someone down the line. But at the same time, how we were treated growing up. Like I said, I'm the oldest of three. 4 if you count a person that she also raised. But 3 biological children. 3. My 2 sisters and myself. I'm the oldest. Okay, the fact that I wasn't like the favorite son, hey, whatever. You know? Maybe it's just the idea that, or maybe it's just part of my personality that I didn't give a fuck. You know? If I was, as they say in the hood, little left out Lamont, oh well, fuck it. I probably didn't deserve it. That's how I looked at it. Or what I would really tell myself is, that's okay. Because when I grow up, I'm going to be able to buy all the shit I want for myself. Which might explain my love of electronic toys, and I like having, you know, cars that look and drive a certain way and shit like that, you know. Maybe I am a child or childlike, and I'm compensating for the shit that I didn't get as a kid. I didn't get all the toys that my friends got, you know. I didn't have the nice clothes and the fancy shoes, you know, like when the Air Jordans first came out. Shit, my mom took us to Payless, you know. So I didn't have Air Force Ones and Nikes and shit like that. I've never owned a pair of Air Force Ones or Nikes in my whole life. Even as an adult, even though I can afford to buy whatever the fuck I want to buy, now it's just like, why the fuck would I spend that extra money when I can get a regular ass pair of gym shoes for like $20 and call it a day? I guess now that I can afford it, I don't want it. At least not that. But growing up, it would have been nice to at least once in a while be given the opportunity to be treated as the favorite. That didn't happen for me. That didn't happen for our youngest sister. That privilege went to our middle sister. She was our mom's favorite. And my mom denied it, and denied it again. She would never, ever cop to that fact. But she treated our middle sister as the queen, as her princess. And like I said, we would ask, you know, who was your favorite? And she would always give us that standard answer. Oh, I love you all equally. No, 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 no. Or maybe you did love us all equally, but you sure as hell didn't treat us equal. Like I said, our middle sister got everything. Whenever she wanted something, my mom would bust ass to get it. That was her running partner. That's the person she took when she went grocery shopping, so that whatever my sister saw in the store that she wanted, she could get. And anyone that knows my middle sister, and that's Trina, knows that Trina will sometimes get things for herself and forget to get things for her brother and sister, for her older brother and her younger sister. Even today, if you ask her when she's going grocery shopping, hey, can you pick up such and such a thing for me? She'll be right there in the aisle where that certain thing is. She'll have it on the list for herself to get. She'll get it for herself. And she'll forget to get it for you. I forgot. But you didn't forget to get it for yourself. The same item. But you forgot to get it for me. You forgot to get it for your younger sister. No one is asking you to buy shit out of your own money. But you'll still forget. It's that whole, I deserve this and you don't mentality that my sister has. I went, so I should have it. You didn't go, so you don't need it. That stems from childhood. That stems from how our mom treated her. We'd take her shopping with her. She would come back with all the snackies and shit like that she wanted. If we didn't get it, oh well. I told Trina to go get you guys some too. Trina would sit there and smile at you. You didn't go, so you don't need it. I went, so I deserve it. And she still thinks like that, even today. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, it would be anything. I mean, anytime they went anywhere together and my sister got something, whether it was like a restaurant food or anything like that, my mom would buy stuff for her. She would buy stuff for my sister, Trina. Every once in a while, she'd remember, hey, I have a younger daughter too, and bring her a burger or whatever, burger and fries or something like that. I was always the left out guy. I've heard the excuse, well, Sean, Mama only had enough for 3 or had enough for 4, so I'll be sure to get you next time. Growing up, I heard that a lot. It got to the point where I knew it was coming. My mom would have a certain look on her face when she walked through the door, and she would see me. Like, yeah, I know you're smelling the burger and the fries, but they're not for you. Which is fine, you know? It wasn't fine back in the day. To say that it didn't hurt would be me lying to you guys right about now. It hurt like a motherfucker. Which is probably one of the reasons now one of my favorite sayings is, when I eat, we all eat. I'm not gonna do you the same way I was done. I couldn't do my family that way. Even my friends, hell, even total strangers. I've actually run into people on the street begging for change. And that's a lesson in and of itself right there. I mean, that's a whole different video of how you should treat someone who comes up to you begging for change because they're hungry. Here's what I do. And feel free to copy this. If a motherfucker come up to you looking like a bum, homeless, quote unquote, telling you, I'm hungry, can you spare some change? Here's what you do. Here's what I do. Instead of reaching into my pocket and pulling out some silver change and some pennies and whatnot and handing it to him, fuck that. I tell him, no, I'm not gonna buy you, I'm not gonna give you shit. But, I will take you to this restaurant across the street and I will buy your ass a sandwich, I will buy you some chicken, I will buy you whatever it is that restaurant sells. That's when you can tell who really is homeless and hungry and who is out there on the grift. And for those of you that might not know what a fucking grift is, it's a con, it's a scam. Don't fall for this shit. Because if you do it that way, you'll be amazed at how many times I've actually heard people tell me, are you sure you don't have any change, brother? And you just stick to your guns. No, man, I don't have any change. But like I said, come on, I'll take you over here and get you a sandwich, or I'll get you a box of chicken or whatever. No, man, that's okay, that's okay. I'm good. Thanks, brother. Thanks, though, man. See my point? If you out there homeless, a burger, a sandwich, a box of chicken could make the difference between you living another day and dying tonight. You turn down free food, your ass wasn't all that hungry. Your ass didn't really want to eat. No, you wanted that money for something else. I'm not giving you shit. Because you don't know these days, and this is the fucked up part, you don't know who in these day and ages, who's really homeless and who's out there hustling. Because believe it or not, there's actually been a couple of studies done. There are some people that are professional beggars. They dress up in the bummiest shit they can find, they look the part, they go out on the street with a fucking cup and they beg for a living. Then they walk 2 or 3 blocks away at the end of the day, get into their fucking Lexus or Mercedes and drive to their big ass 3-4 bedroom house. You feeling guilty, you feeling bad, you give some change which makes you feel good, and you paying for this motherfucker's Lexus or his Mercedes car note. The best fucking example, this motherfucker begging on the street, looking like a bum, like he has been on like one of those hobos from those old 1940s cartoons and shit. You know, the ones that used to have the stick with the bag and like with the little bag of clothes in the back, and they used to ride the rails, looking like one of those motherfuckers, begging for change. Then all of a sudden you hear a cell phone ringing, and this motherfucker reaches into his pocket and pull out a cell phone. And I don't mean one of these little cheap ass $20 flip phones that you can get from like Walmart and Target and shit like that, Walgreens and the like. I mean one of these big ass smartphones, one of those expensive ass phones, and answers it. And people are standing there looking like, what the fuck? I just smile. Because all the people that had put change in this motherfucker's cup paid for that cell phone. Now, that's fucked up because that hurts people that really and truly are homeless, people that are really hungry. Because you hear stories like that, you see shit like that on the streets, especially here in the city beautiful, and it makes you just go, fuck it. No, I'm not giving you shit. That's hurting people that really need your help. But at the same time, when you see that shit enough, or you've actually been there and offered to buy someone food, like I have, and a motherfucker will tell you, no, that's okay, thanks, man. You're supposed to be hungry, so you begging for change. I offer to buy you a sandwich and you turn it down? Fuck you. You know, like I said, it hurts the real homeless people that are desperate for food, desperate for money. But at the same time, you don't want to get paid, you don't want to get played for a fucking chump either. I'm not paying your house note. I'm not paying your motherfucking car note. I'm not buying you a cell phone that's better than mine. Fuck you. Fuck you and the horse that you rode in on, which is probably a better horse than my horse. But back to what I was talking about before. Growing up, that's how it was in our house. You know, our mom, may she rest in peace, had her favorites. And I have no doubt all parents have their favorites. And if you ask them, 99% of them will lie to you. Oh, I love all you guys equally. I love all my kids equally. That's bullshit. Well, but maybe you do love them all equally. You just don't treat them all equally. But I'm grateful to my mom for whatever it is in life that she gave me. Because she did put clothes on my back. She put food on my, in my belly. And she kept a roof over our head. But more of the things that I remember and I'm appreciative for my mom for doing was teaching me how life really is and how you're going to have to get out there and fend for yourself. Shit in this world, not a damn thing is going to be handed to you. Because if it is handed to you, be wary. Because the motherfucker that's handing it to you most likely has some sort of ulterior motive. Very, very rarely in this life does shit come to you for free. Even if it's hand-me-down, second-rate shit, it ain't coming to you for free. Somebody is giving you this shit, they're giving it to you because they have some sort of ulterior motive. I'm not saying that people can't be generous, because there are some really, really generous fucking people on this planet. But for the most part, if anybody does you a solid, they're looking for something back in return. Me, if I offer to buy your motherfucking ass a sandwich, you know what? I'm doing it because there but for the grace of God go I. I'm not doing it because I'm this great fucking Christian or something like that. I'm looking at it like, there but for the grace of God go I. I am one fucking paycheck, maybe two, away from being out there begging for change my damn self. And I would hope and pray somebody would come along, if I was hungry, and buy me a fucking sandwich, buy me a fucking box of chicken, buy me a fucking burger. On a cold ass Chicago night, buy me a cup of coffee. That cup of coffee warms me up, keeps me alive. One more day. Take whatever you want from that. Like I say, I'm not doing it because I'm this great humanitarian. I'm not doing it because, oh, the Bible tells me so. I'm looking at it like, you know what? That could be me. Do something for somebody else. So if in the future you need a favor, you got one out there in the universe. That's why I do it. Because you know what? It could be anybody. It could be me. Or it could be a family member. And I would wish that somebody would stop and do that for me. Buy me a sandwich. Buy me something to eat. Buy me a cup of coffee on a cold ass day. Because I need it. So I have no problem doing that. But I'm not doing it because, like I said, I'm this great fucking humanitarian. Don't get it twisted. I do it because it's the right thing to do. And I would hope that somebody would do it for me if I was in that situation. But beyond that, growing up in our house, it was how it was. Like I said, I love my mother. I will love her to the day I die. I am grateful for everything she gave me, everything she taught me. But she had her favorite, and that was our middle sister. And she treated her like the golden child. And the rest of us, we got kind of left behind. I think my youngest sister benefited simply because she was the baby. If she had been the second or the third or fourth biological children, by that I mean, I think she would have been up shit's creek too. I think she benefited because she was the baby. I think my mom picked who her favorite was going to be, and she ran with it. And it didn't really stop until we became adults. You know what? I don't even think it ended then. I think it changed when she became sick, when she became ill toward the end of her life. My sister, who I love, don't get me wrong, treated our mom the same way that her children are now treating her. To quote Kendrick Lamar, poetic justice, baby. Poetic justice. My sister, Trina, who I love, don't get me wrong, treated our mom pretty shitty toward the end of her life. And now she's getting it back from her own too. I mean, they love their mom. I have no doubt about that. But when your children are swearing at you at the age of 13, disobeying your every fucking command at the age of 13, and it didn't just start when they turned the age of 13. This shit has been going on for like 6 or 7 years. The talking back, the disobeying. In my nephew's case, the running away from home, the stealing, the lying, all that good shit. Poetic justice. You were an ass to our mom who had put you up on this fucking pedestal, treated you in ways that I wish we would have been treated, me in particular. And you have the audacity to sit there and make your mother cry? Well, now it's your turn. Your children are just giving back a little bit of what you gave to your mom. Enjoy the ride. And it's fucked up and it's sad to see, because I just want to grab my niece and nephew by their fucking necks and tell them, you don't do this to your mom. You have more respect for her than that. But I do remember, clear as day, how my sister treated our mother after being treated like the prodigal daughter. Now you're getting a little bit of it back. I keep my mouth shut. It's none of my business. You wanted your children to be raised to think they were the greatest thing since cheese in a can? Okay, deal with it. Deal with the consequences of that now. But as for me, I know for a fact parents lie. Parents lie when they say, oh, I love all of you equally. That's bullshit. And if you don't believe me, go test it. If you have any siblings at all, brothers or sisters, go ask your mom and dad. Specifically your mom. Dad most likely will be honest with you. Oh, I hate all of y'all. You know, that's how a dad would answer the question. Go ask your mom. If she's still in this world, I'm not saying do a seance or some shit like that because I don't believe in that old bullshit, but go ask your mom if she's still kicking. Which one of us did you love the most, Mom? And then just watch her facial expression. That's the key. She's gonna lie. So watch her facial expression. Watch and see which way her eyes go, left or right. That'll be your tell. Because she's gonna lie. Oh, I loved you all equally. I didn't treat any of you any better than the others. Yeah, okay. Whatever. So, to all you parents out there, because I'm one myself, even though I'm not in my little man's life as much as I would like to be, no excuses. I'm not going to put it all on the fact that that I have problems with his mom. Nope. No excuses, no exceptions. That's more on me than it is on her. Because despite how she and I act toward each other, I should still be more involved in my son's life. But if you are a parent and you are there and you have more than one, who's your favorite? If your kids are too small to understand, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and post that shit up. If your kids are at the age where they go, what? Don't worry about it. Don't give yourself away. Or as Go West one song, don't give the game away. Google that shit. Go West. I think they were like a one-hit wonder back in the 80s. Like I said in a previous video, my head is just full of bullshit ass nonsense like that. I don't get it myself sometimes. I'm like a walking encyclopedia of 80s and 90s bullshit ass trivia. I should go on Jeopardy. I would clean ass. Anyway. Go West. You might even be able to find this shit on YouTube. I mean, it is YouTube. Just type in Go West and see what comes up. Their biggest hit was I think it was Don't Give the Game Away, I think that was the title. Just check it out. It's a damn good song. You can tell it's an 80s song, but I think it holds up pretty damn well. Even though I haven't heard it in about 6 or 7 years, I still like it. I might listen to it when I get home this morning. Anyway, like I said, if your mom is still kicking, ask her. And you had any siblings, ask her who was her favorite. If it ain't you, or you already know the answer to this question, okay. But if you were the favorite, congratulations. You're probably an asshole right about now, and not too many people like you. But if you weren't the favorite, what kind of effect did that have on you as an adult? To know you just didn't measure up to your brothers and sisters for reasons that are beyond even your comprehension. You didn't do anything different. What made her do that? What made her pick that child 2 or child 4 or child 1 is going to be my favorite? And why not you? Well, there it is. Do with that as you will. I'm going to end it here because if I keep on talking, this video is going to be a hell of a lot longer than the 29 minutes and 13 seconds that it is at this particular point. Now almost 29, 30. But anyway, there it is. Do with it as you will. Comment, like, whatever. But more importantly, think about that question and exactly what it's going to end up doing to the other children in that family. For me, I think it made me appreciate more what I could do for my damn self. After a while, after I turned like 12 years old, I kind of just shut it all off in my own house. I knew I wasn't gonna get shit, so I stopped looking for shit. I told myself that when I grew up, I was gonna have everything I wanted. Now, with the exception of another car, a brand new car, I have everything I ever wanted. So maybe that was my mom's gift to me. I gotta have something. I gotta cling to something, you know? I can't let it just be because. If that's the answer, why did you pick my sister over us? Because if that's the answer, I don't want to know that. It had to be something. So for me, I'm going to take it and say, she taught me to be self-sufficient. She taught me that if there's anything in this world I want, work my ass off and go get it. Maybe that's why she did what she did. I have to go with that because nothing else is going to sit right in my mind. So there it is. Okay, 31 minutes long. Sorry. You know me, if you've ever been watching these videos before, you know I like to talk. I get into these fucking conversations with you guys on these videos, and the next thing you know, I look up and 20 minutes has gone by. Apologize for that, but they're probably not gonna stop. So stick with me if you can. I appreciate it. If you watched it all the way through to the end, hey, thanks. Much love and appreciation. But with that, I'm Sean, and I'm done. Peace.